In this video, we're going to be doing basically a very similar drill back to back to back, but with different finishes. We're going to be working on normal finishes, but also a high gather and a low gather finish, which will allow us to learn how to finish at the rim, inside hand as well. And, of course, being able to work that ball, handle that ball, and to be able to attack off the cross. So let's get down. Let's check out these drills that Antonius and David did together so that we can become better basketball players. Comment down below if you tried these drills and if they helped you improve. So this first option is going to be a quick cross and then into another quick cross, and then we're going to finish in outside hand, on that net. Now, really quickly, watch how David changes his height right at that cross. I really want to point that out. I'm going to slow it down even more in this next clip because it's extremely important to be able to do this in drills and in game. Right here, he's going to be dribbling straight up, almost right up towards the point. He's going to take a quick dribble and then across. And watch how low he gets his shoulders. He goes from high to low. That's his attack. Then he goes behind his back. And then one last dribble, one big step right after that gather, and then he goes up with his left hand on the outside. Now, I really want to point out that beginning because that beginning is what will make this special for you if you do it in game. By changing the height of your shoulders and the speed of which you are attacking the basket, you are going to be extremely successful beating a lot of players off that first step. Now, what you're going to see is multiple crossovers, 3 crossovers to be exact, through the legs at first, twice, and then the second time through the legs behind the back twice. The idea here is to be able to change between multiple different crossovers without pausing. A lot of players have to pause to think of the next move, or pause to be able to get their feet set for the next crossover. This is going to allow you to be able to change your crossovers. And then, of course, we're going to change the different types of crossovers as well. We're not always going to do the exact same set of 3. You can even have your players change up the types of crossovers just randomly as well. But being able to do multiple crossovers without pausing is going to help you with your handles, especially in game when you're trying to navigate around multiple players potentially, because that does happen occasionally in game when you cannot or are unable to pass the ball. And then we're going to be going and attacking the basket. We're also starting from half court, but whatever you do on one side, you also want to do on the other side as well. But the reason why we're starting at half is because in game, you're going to be generally starting your attack at half. Now, while we may not be doing multiple crossovers in the same spot, because that would be classified as a waste, why we are doing this is because now, of course, we want to work on our handles, and working on our handles, being able to do multiple crossovers, staying smooth between the crossovers is extremely important. And as you've seen throughout this video, we are mixing in low gathers as well as a high gather, which is extremely important because each has their own benefit. So some of the main differences between the gathers that we did were this one right here, where we did a high gather, both hands on the ball, straight arms out, high above the shoulders. The idea here is when you're attacking the basket, a high gather is going to allow the referee to see when players hit your arms, and it allows you to keep that ball out of harm's way when you're getting it over top of those players so that you don't get the ball stolen. Next is what I call just a rip gather, where you get one hand, get it to your shoulder, rip it, get your elbow out to clear out space. Remember, while you have your elbow out, it can be classified as an offensive foul if you make contact with the other team's face. However, that's why you're doing this. That is to clear out space, and then you finish at the rim. While the next main gather is the low gather, which is self-explanatory. Right after that last crossover, you want to keep your arms straight below your knees, and the idea here is to keep the ball out of arm's reach for the defender. However, it's not going to show the ball as much by having the ball come above your shoulders. By having a low gather and straight arms, you should be able to show the refs when you get the defenders hitting your arms. You have to have your arms straight and the ball below your knees. I hope that these videos help you. If they did, hit that like button and subscribe and comment down below and tell David and Antonius that they did a fantastic job. I hope that these moves and these drills help you score more points in your next game. If they do, hit that like button, subscribe, and I will see you guys again in my next video. Check out the links that are down in the description below.